VRL-Studio projects are version documents. For each action, like compile, save, or delete, a version will be created. Let's see how versioning works. First, we create a new project. We click Create, and we call this project versioning 01. Okay. So now let's see what the version dialog has to say. We go to Manage Versions and see that we have this nice dialog, and VRL-Studio has created 2 versions for us. So now let's perform an action. We just compile some source code. Just choose the Hello World sample, and we click Compile. Okay, now let's see what has changed. We go to the Manage Versions dialog again and see that version 3 has been created. It says class/interface sample class created, which is quite informative. Okay. Now let's change the source code. We can just add a comment and we recompile. And now you can see that another version has been created, which reads class sample class changed. Also quite informative. So now let's create an instance. We create an instance of sample class and we save the project. Click Save Project. Okay. And as you can see, another version has been created, and it tells us that the project has been saved, and the changes are only visual, so no source code has been changed. We can close the source code now and maybe create another instance of sample class, and we save again. And as before, you see project save, changes visual. So we can't go back in time, and this is really straightforward. We just double click on the version. In this case we choose 5. Double click and we say discard because we didn't change anything. And here you see we are back in version 5. Go to Manage Versions again and go to version 6. Just double click. Again, we discard. Okay. So now we just create a complete control flow with both objects. Here we go. And we add a custom message now. Click Save Project with Message. And here you can add a custom message like feature complete. Okay. We go to Manage Versions again, and you can see that version 7 has our custom message here. Actually, an ordinary IDE wouldn't do that. You'd have to handle this completely manually for each and everything. And in many cases, people just write messages like minor changes, which does not explain anything. And in VRL-Studio, we tried to solve this differently. VRL-Studio tries to write messages that explain what has been done. And this enables the user to search for an action. For example, we could search for the version where the sample class has been created. Here we go. It tells us that version 3 was the version where we created the sample class. Okay, and also we could ask ourselves which version was it where the project was feature complete? And it tells us it was version 7. So this is a really nice approach. And to give you some technical background, we use Git as a source code management system, but we only use a subset of it. And everything is integrated with VRL-Studio. You don't have to set up anything manually, and versions are part of the document. So if you send the document, the receiver will also get all the versions you have created.